All right, what's up, YouTube? Finally back with another video. I know it's been a couple months. Man, I don't remember where the last place I left off with you guys was, but I think I was about to get funded or I had just got a funded account. Um, Either way, I ended up blowing that account. I did get funded. I don't remember if I showed it on the video, but I ended up getting funded. I ended up blowing that account. Um, that was my sixth or seventh funded account. Still haven't got a payout. But anyway, since then, I got sick. That's why I eventually stopped or originally stopped making videos. I got real sick. I was sick for like 3 weeks. Had to take antibiotics, and I just didn't. I was like not really trading. I wasn't about it. And I just felt really bad. So that's originally why I stopped trading, or at least making the videos. And then since then, I was still kind of trading, blew my accounts, just was kind of going in and out with honing my strategy, and I finally landed on a good strategy or a good, you know, something consistent enough that I can do and I can explain. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Um, Plus, also talk about a breakout trading bot that I also recently got. I mean, it's not a bot. It's just well, it is a bot, but it's for a strategy. It's not automatically taking trades. I'm setting parameters. So I'm running that on NinjaTrader for on Apex because I just had that recent 90% off sale. So I figured I would just try it. And I just started over with another Top Step account. Um, Combine. I had another one last week that I was around $2,200 in profit. And just for whatever reason, you know how it goes. I blew it in one day. Um, just had one of those weeks where I just wasn't mentally there. Um, just still doing the same stupid mistakes. But I also wasn't trading my refined strategy. I was kind of trying another strategy that was similar but much broader. So I'll show you real quick. So the strategy that I was trading was the opening range breakout, which is what I trade normally. So I already have an indicator on here, the orb strategy indicator, and I do the first 15 minutes. So it does it automatically marks it for you. So on the 5 minute, I was essentially just waiting for a breakout on the five, and I was just straight entering. I believe my stop was 50 points. I was going for 100 points every day. Um, and it worked. But then you see days like this where you get stopped out in 5 minutes, um, and it's very plain and simple. And the what I do for confluences for that is, if we're trading above VWAP, I'm looking for longs. If we're trading below VWAP, I'm looking for shorts. The 9 EMA and the 21 EMA, my white line's my 9, my blue line's my 21, and the 9 has to be crossed over the 21, so the white line has to be above the blue line, trending up above VWAP, and we got to get that break. And to me, that is a good break for a long. Which you see, this is today, June 3rd. So it would have worked out, but actually it didn't because this big news candle, whatever went on right here, would have stopped us out. So that's kind of why I was losing doing this strategy. It was very simple like that, but I have a more refined strategy on the 1 minute chart that's a break and a retest. With the same confluences above VWAP, 9 EMA, 21 EMA, cross, they have to be trending upwards. The reason why I like on the 1 minute and then entering on the 1 minute is because I can also double check or triple check with the higher time frames. So I could check with the 5 minute and see that, okay, our 9 is still trending above our 21. We're still above VWAP. We're moving pretty good. I could check the 15. We see the same thing. We're above VWAP. The 9 still trending above the 21 EMA, saying that pretty much longs are it. So my entry, though, is on the 1 minute, and I have very specific parameters for entering on the 1 minute. So this is where well, today I also didn't follow my rules, and I actually took a loss Cause man, just being dumb again. Like I don't know why I just wasn't patient and I didn't want to wait for it for whatever reason. So let me explain it. So it's still a breakout strat. So even on the 1 minute, we're still above VWAP. We're looking for the 9 over the 21, which we have. But I always like a break and a retest. So when I'm looking on my chart, where did we break? So we broke here. We got a retest. We closed below. So to me, this is invalid. So even if we break above again, like that's fine, but I would want to retest. But of course, when I traded today live, I saw this break, this retest down. We failed. We closed below our opening range high. And then I saw that our 9 is still trending above our 21. I was looking at the bigger time frames. I was like, no matter what, it still looks like it's going to go up. I saw this break happen, which was a news candle, which I didn't even look at the news today. Just another bonehead move. I didn't know there was news today. So that's why we got this big break. I saw this candle, and I believe I entered right here. Because I saw pretty much that. I was like, okay, we broke this last little high. We did come back down, but we closed back above. We continued higher, and I entered. So I did get a little bit momentum up, and then we just got destroyed down, which is what we saw on the 5 minute as well. That's why the 5 minute breakout would have worked or not have worked either. So I say all that to finally get to the actual entry to this. So I'm still looking for the break and a retest, right? So it could be a break and a retest with a deviation, meaning like we break, we all these candles move away from this line, the opening range high, so we have like a deviation, like there's nothing touching here, or we could get something like this where it retests right away and there's no deviation. So this was actually the trade that I had marked out on my phone. I was laying in my bed. I think I sent it to my friend here. Let me pull it up. Right here. So this was the move that I marked on my trading view on my phone after I had already got stopped out. When I looked at it again, I was like, damn, this is the trade I should have taken if I was just stayed patient. So I'll show it to you right here. So this was the original one where I just was impatient. I saw we got a breakout because sometimes that happens, right? Like we don't get the retest, we just get a strong breakout. And this was a strong trend moving up, showing, you know, um, it wants to go higher. And like I said, I looked at the 5, I looked at the 15, it showed the same confirmation. So I just figured I could enter, and we wouldn't get this big of a dump, which obviously we did. So my stop's always 50 points, my TP's 100 points. I always trade MNQ, um, no more than 5, so $500,000 days. But that's only for the evals. When I trade funded, I'd probably even go smaller than that, either 3 or 4 MNQ. Um, but just to pass the evals a little faster, I do that. Um, but anyway, so we got stopped out. So I'm looking for another. Well, I mean, one trade a day and I'm done. But I was looking at the charts. Where would another entry be? Just to explain the strat as well. So we're looking for a break and a retest. So we did get a break here, but no retest, right? Until we eventually break back below the opening range high, and then we got another breakout, which is now this candle, right? So this is what I was saying. It doesn't always need a deviation. So um, we get a touch, right? We get the wick, touches our opening range highs, closes above, right? We get another candle that wicks down, closes above. I don't know if I would have entered right then, only because the condition that I need is the 9 needs to be above the 21, and we're still kind of not there. So my entry would have maybe been right here. This is where I would have taken the chance at the very least, because the 9 seems to be crossing the 21, because you got to imagine you're not seeing any of this right here. The 9 looks like it's going about to cross the 21. The 5 and the 15-minute charts, like the EMAs, are still crossed and above. And I mean, we got the other confluences. So my other two confluences, besides the break and the retest, is I call it like a secondary candle, a support candle. It also needs to close above the candle that retest. So to explain that a little bit more, we close below. We finally get the breakout with this candle. This candle retest and closed above, right? And then the next candle has to close higher than this retest candle, which we got here. It closed above. But like I said, I didn't like that the EMAs were still below, so I would have decided to wait one more candle for another confirmation, which could be good or bad, depending. You might miss some of the move, but I would rather be more safe than sorry. So, like I said, here we go. We got another candle. It closed even higher. Our EMAs are about to cross, and that would be my entry right there. Right here. And then I always go 50-point stop. Oh, dang. 50-point stop. So we're in at 13. I don't know. Math's going to hurt my head right now. Well, let's just say it's 10. So if we do 10, that's 4. So we're looking at 60. Or wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, we're looking at 60, right? My stop would have been somewhere way down here. Am I dumb? Hold on, let me see. 10 would be 600. And then another 4 would be, yeah. So you'd be looking at 560. So my stop would be somewhere like way down here. We got in at 63, so let's add 3. Right, 63. And then my TP was always a 2-to-1. Boom. Right? That's my trade. It's that simple. We see it eventually gets hit right there. But that's always my trade. When the only other thing that I do for this is that once we hit 50 points from here, so would we enter 13, so 63 around here, I would move my stop to break even. So I can't lose. Worst is I have a 0 day, I don't get anything. And then best case is we hit profit, which would have been $1,000 today or 100 points because I'm trading 5 MNQ. And that's how I trade every day now. And it works pretty consistently. I've passed funded accounts, I've passed combines before and have got funded accounts purely trading this strategy. I've refined it a little. I have refined it a little bit more with the EMAs and the VWAP because I used to just simply trade it with a break, a retest, and the next candle and just go in. Sometimes I wouldn't even do this confirmation or call the secondary candle, what I call it. I would just see the break, a retest, and go. Or it could do a break, go all the way around, do this retest right here, which we talked about the deviation, and then take that entry right there. Like I would have done, like I used to just do that, and it works because I've passed accounts. But one thing I saw that made me lose more was sometimes I would do that and then just do a move like this and just move right back down. And had I, had other confluences like our EMAs or VWAPs, it kind of made it a little bit more precise because sometimes I'd be looking to take that trade and we're actually on a pullback and the EMAs or we were breaking up and the EMAs are not aligned with the trade that I'm trying to take, or we're below VWAP. So we're trying to take this breakout, but we're still way below VWAP, and it's just not a trade we'd want to take. So just adding those other indicators have helped a lot with this strategy. Because I'm going to go to do one more day. So today's Tuesday. This was Monday. Sometimes you don't get it. Sometimes you do. So, for example, this is one of these that I'm talking about, right? So we got our range. We're looking, but the only thing now is I'm looking where VWAP is. Our VWAP is very close to our bottom of the range. So for me, when I'm looking at this, I'm looking for, I kind of want to take longs and not shorts. Simply because I've just found that when VWAP's in the range, more lenient to one side, you kind of want to take the opposite side. So even for Tuesday, right? See it's kind of more, at least in the beginning, it's kind of towards the bottom of our opening range, and we eventually break out the top. We want to take that. We want to take the opposite side. So when we're looking at right here, it does break below VWAP, but I wouldn't be too keen on the shorts. Same as if the VWAP was way up here and we were about to break it. I wouldn't be too keen on that. Um, and either way, we don't get any entries regardless, even if you wanted to take it, right? You got the break, which is 7 o'clock. I don't know if there was news because it's a pretty big move. You get a retest, but you get a closed green, and then you don't get any like confirmation candles. So for something like this, I would want to see 2 red candles since we're going for shorts, right? Like I wouldn't want to see a retest green and then one red and then another green and then a red. You know what I mean? I'd want to see a red and then the confirmation red. Then we would enter shorts, but like I said, I probably wouldn't be looking for shorts right here. I'd be looking for longs, right? Here we don't really get any entries. Here you kind of do, but like I said, not really, right? We get a break. We do get a retest and close above, but it's red, so I'd want to see like 2 green candles. And you also got to pay attention to, like when you see this candle, that doesn't show a strong move, right? That doesn't show a strong move up. It tried to move up and it came down. So it's also a little bit of the strategy plus knowing how to read candles and just kind of following those rules and I guess giving your best judgment with some of these things. So to me, it just doesn't look like a high probability trade is all I'm saying. It eventually does take off and go, but we more than likely would have got stopped out on this trade. The entry wasn't that great. I don't know where that thing is. Let me see. I don't know. I'm looking for the little price thing. Oh well. Point is, I'm pretty sure if we entered here, what is it, 64? So I'd be like 15. Yeah, we would have easily got stopped out. Or actually, we probably still would have been in. Let me see. If we entered here, that would be 464. So 50 points would be 414. So I mean, I guess it would have worked out. Actually, we still would have been in this trade even if we entered here. So that'd been a 414, right? Let's use the long position here. Even if we did somehow just decide, okay, yeah, this is good. We're following the rules, right? So 64 is our entry. 50 points would be 414. So our stop would be down here, and we would go for a 2-to-1. I mean, it's crazy because it works out actually. I didn't catch this the other day, but then you see, you know, you do eventually get the full TP. You would, and yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it works out. It eventually gets to 50 points. You would have been break even. Worst comes to worst. So I guess it did actually work out. You could have taken that, but I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it. Um, you could have taken the chance if you wanted, but anyway, this video is getting kind of long. I just wanted to explain the strategy that I've been trading. I'll probably make another video with a more in-depth um, version of this. I just wanted to make another video, say that I'm back, and I didn't even go over the bot, so I'll probably do it on another video. But this is what my bot did today: $637. I'll show real quick the chart and the little entries that it took, and this is kind of what it did. Still the same breakout bot, but a little different rules, and it's a bot, so it does its own thing. But I'll go over this in another video and add the stats and all that. Um, and also lastly, I just want to show that I did trade that today and I did take that loss, like I said. Although I just wasn't patient. I honestly haven't traded since last week when I tilted out and blew that account. I was up like $2,200. So not off to a good start, but it's okay. I'm trying to get okay with losers, and especially like not being mad when I lose and I didn't follow my rules. And just knowing that if I do follow my rules tomorrow or whenever it presents itself this week, that I'll be back up, right? Like I'm always trading 2-to-1, so I'll be back up, and it might take a little longer, but it's okay. Another thing, um, especially with the back testing of the strategy, and I did used to trade it a lot, So just things from that I remember is to stay disciplined with not entering trades when the right opportunity doesn't present itself. Exactly like today. Like the right opportunity didn't present itself and I still took the trade just because I thought I was going to miss it. I thought I was going to miss. We broke on the news, we made a little higher. That didn't convince me to enter. That convinced me to enter and I entered, or I might have entered here, I don't remember. But I entered one of these spots, either here or here. Either way bad. We got no retest and I just kind of entered right away because I didn't want to miss the move. I was too anxious to trade. I didn't want to miss, where it's just like you have to be patient and wait for your setup. So I'm gonna stop this video here. I know it's getting pretty long. I will start uploading again. I don't know if I'm gonna do every day or maybe go end of the week upload and kind of just go make a longer video, maybe a 15-20 minute video, and just kind of go over my trades for the week, explaining why I took them, what I'm looking for, what I'm thinking, and kind of just go over my results for the week. Which I might do that to start. We'll see. We'll just see. I just know that I'm back, and I just wanted to put a video out there. So I'll see you guys on the next one.